tunes with me. Roll up on the screen. Take a seat with me. Send your music in. And maybe bring your friends. Take a seat with me. Enjoy the show with me. Sit back and hang out with Happy Days and me.
J-Cup with the double styrofoam cup.
Tune in now to the Bobby and Chaz Show.
What is up, guys? It is Acid Happy with HappyDaze Entertainment, and today we have another awesome guest coming on the show to talk about their artistry in the world and entrepreneurship within their career in the music industry. But before I bring my guest on, I'm going to tell you that we have quite a few shows coming up in the month of February. We've got the Jack of Hearts this Saturday, which is tomorrow. So if you're watching this and you're a fan of the Jack of Hearts or Royal Butcher music, you definitely want to tap in tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. EST, because that's going to be one of the events we've got coming up, as well as our obvious every week music rotations. You're going to want to send your music in to get involved with our music rotations, which we play music, if not one, at least once, multiple times a week, where we are going to be reviewing and playing the music that you send to our Gmail address that is attached to a good majority of the posts and advertisements that we put out on the Happy Days page for you guys. And moving forward, we will also be having an interview with Ground Zero at the end of February and Wicked Solitude at the end of February as well. I'll get those dates and flyers posted as soon as I possibly can. But for right now, before I introduce my guest, I'm going to take a moment. And if you guys want to do the same thing, to share this video, tag your favorite underground artists or your friends, highlights, and followers. And let's get the audience built up in this podcast episode. Take a few minutes to just share this video out. I'm going to be doing the same thing on all of my profiles, so we can get that started before our awesome and wonderful, amazing guest joins us today. Let's see. I'm going to tag my highlights and my followers in this post, actually. All right, there we go. Anyways, if you guys are just now tapping in, we've got an awesome episode for you today. We've got an amazing artist and musician that I have personally gotten the awesome opportunity to work with and make music with. I have shared this video out to my audiences and on my pages, which I'll be sharing this out again after the episode as well. But without further ado, I am going to introduce my guest, Gio. Up. How are you? How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm great. I am just, getting ready to do this awesome ass interview with you. Had one earlier that went freaking awesome. Shout out to Jenna
Yeah,
for having that interview. And I saw that you watched that, so thank you for watching that.
of course. I love the little rats. Those are cute. Those are real cute.
See, I thought that it would be a little something new to put on the Happy Days Network so
Right?
that people could see that you could be an entrepreneur in all sorts of different aspects of life. It doesn't just have to be artwork or music.
Right? And animal lovers. Animal lovers. I love animal lovers for real. Like people that love all different types of animals too. Because we're
Yes.
all creatures, big and small, should have love. And you may not like what they do to you, but still, being positive and like trying to make sure that they're all taken care of. Like I got two puppies, and they're just where is she? She's over here somewhere sleeping. But like I just went and made them dinner. I actually cooked for them.
See, and that's awesome when you have that special type of connection with your animal. I don't personally cook for my cat, but there are things that I cook that she absolutely gets a taste of, you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
important to allow them to be able to taste and have sweet treats sometimes, you know. I
yeah,
was actually gonna ask you, so you said you do have pets?
yeah. I have a here at the house we have a chow, and then we have like a boxer. I think Shiloh's back in her. She's sleeping in her crate, and
Yeah,
they're it's like their bedtime. They're kind of chill at this hour.
that is freaking awesome. So what are their names? I heard you say them, but so that the audience can capture that as well.
So the big one's Tinkerbell, and the other one is Shyla.
Okay, heck yeah. Tinkerbell and Shyla. Shout out to those two.
Yeah, they're adorable. Yep. This she actually snores really loud too.
Heck,
Sometimes you'll hear her go, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
heck yeah. Well, to steer towards the more artwork and music oriented questions,
Mhm.
what is your name, your real name, and what is your stage name?
So my real name is George, um, and am I cool to give my well? Some of my friends don't know my last name. I probably should give that whole thing
Nope,
out,
you're
but.
totally good, dude. If you want to just say your first name, that's totally fine.
My artist name, I used to be G.I.W Static, and that's back when I used to claim my mental illness. Like I used to claim that I had um, schizoaffective, and like it was what kind of controlled and fueled my music. And I became a Christian. I actually got saved by Mike Burt and Lady Rice. They helped me kind of find a better way that I needed in my life to help me kind of get mental clarity. And I had to get sober in order to do that. So on my 32nd birthday this year, I will be 4 years clean from alcohol. So
Well, that's beautiful, and I'm proud of you. I do want to say that, having to go through that journey of becoming less dependent on substances, a wonderful thing to have overcome and to see the outcome of that in a positive light. So I'm very glad to hear that. And, I'm glad that you've learned from that experience as well.
I do still use like bud and stuff, like, but I'm working on tapering that down eventually because I wanted my music to come from a place where I don't wouldn't need that. But you know, for now, I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'm not ashamed that, and I'm not gonna try and hide it. So I love that people are so accepting of me just the way that I am.
Absolutely. And there's lots of different reasons other than just simply chasing sobriety that you could look at for the stopping of drinking alcohol and the stopping of consumption of alcohol. Because for me personally, I don't drink because I have a lot of health issues that, alcohol makes a lot worse for me. And it's easier to maintain my health issues if I don't consume the substances that make it worse. So
Yeah,
there's lots and lots of different reasons to reach out for that. So you'll find and be able to network, and the more you network, the more people you'll meet that are like-minded.
yeah. And my doctor was like, I went and saw him. He's like, since you stopped drinking, he said, like when I went and saw him, he said you've dropped about 80 pounds. I was like, man, that's good. That's like the best news I've ever heard. And I'm trying to take care of myself and work out more and try and like just feel better mentally and physically.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So circling back around, you
hmm
said that was your stage name. What did you change? What is your current stage name that you're using
My
right now?
my current stage name is so it's still GIW on all platforms. It's G period I period W, and then it stands for God I'm willing. So when I became a Christian, I changed it to that because I wanted to have something that a name that stood for what I stood for.
Yes, absolutely. That's beautiful. So is that how you came up with it, or is there something? Is there a way that you came up with that name on your own? Like, is there a story of origin for it?
Yeah, so I actually when I was heavily influenced on under the influence of alcohol. I was thinking, I had one more session where I was drunk, and I was like, you know what? I need to figure out what I want to do. And I was like, the words in my head just came to me and said, God, I'm willing. And I was like, God, I'm willing to what? And I was like, God, I'm willing to change. God, I'm willing to make a better life for myself. So that's what I thought the acronym for my name should be.
That's awesome. Absolutely love that. That is a wonderful backstory for that name. So to move forward a little bit more about yourself, how old are you? If you don't mind
I-
sharing with the audience.
yeah, I don't mind at all. I am currently 31, and next month I will be 32.
Okay, are you gonna do anything special to celebrate your birthday?
We actually do have a show on the 15th. My birthday's on the 18th, but we're doing it on the 15th since it's a weekend. We're at Spotlight Studios hosting Dre Logic. He'll be the host, and we'll have a variety of artists performing.
That's awesome. Well, if you get any good footage of that, I will absolutely. I'd love to promote that on the Happy Days Network and
Oh,
pages
yeah.
for you, so that we
I
can
got
show
you for
off
sure.
some of your skills and some other people as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So I know that we've got about 4 people watching right now. If you're watching this video, don't forget to share, tag your highlights and your followers, tag your favorite underground artists, and ask some questions. If you're curious about this artist, ask some questions in the comments, and we will get to those comments questions. Excuse me. Um, Now to ask a little bit more about yourself, what is your niche in your music? Is it do you have a certain story or theme that you go for with your talent and your hobbies?
So lately, like I've been trying. And when I first started writing music, it was more like gangster rap. Well, kind of false, like a facade gangster rap, kind of like hype and stuff. But I still do that now. It's still hype, but it's more of like from a place of where things mean something to me. I kind of have placed value on words now, so um, I think about things, but when I say them, and especially when I write them, so I want to make sure like I everything I say now is coming from a true spot in my life or true knowledge that I know.
Absolutely, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So, do you have any favorite songs or projects that you've done that speak this truth the most?
Um,
That speak your words that you feel like the most deepest connection with, per se?
I think the first one that had the most impact on my life is dropping it all for God, because
Okay.
that was talking about getting rid of my alcohol addiction and then eventually getting rid of my weed and nicotine use. So like um that was a huge one for me, for real. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Um I think there's another one that actually I haven't thought about in a long time. But that was Dear God Calling to You. That was about giving up alcohol and getting sobriety.
Okay, I see. So, when it comes to the writing process of these songs, what do you do to come up with them? How long does it take? Is there an average?
So it's kind of interesting. I usually have about 3 songs going at one time in my brain, so I'm flipping back
Okay.
between lyrics. Um, but it usually takes me about an hour, hour and a half to crank out a song that I like, and then I'll go back and revise and edit as I'm working on them.
Okay, I see. I see. So, when you're doing your revising and your editing, do you have any idea of what you're going to be doing, or do you kind of just wing it? Is it something that you've learned to do? Is it something that you're learning to do?
So, something that helps me stay focused is like I center align all my lyrics down the middle of the page, and I color code them. So I'll start green, red, blue, green, red, purple. So that way, and then choruses are always different, and verses are always different. The color coding scheme.
I'm back. I'm sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I
No
did hear
worries.
you about your layering with your vocals and stuff like that. I do a little bit of the same thing when it comes to my recording and what I'm doing with my mixing and mastering, so I can totally dig what you're saying there. What's up, Mecca? Welcome to the podcast. If you're just now tapping in, thank you guys for watching. Tag your highlights and your followers, or you can ask this artist a question in the comments and interact with us, engage with us. We can see all of the comments that are being made on the side of the screen here on the right. So don't be afraid to engage and ask questions. Um,
Glasses here so I can see better.
you're totally good. I actually lost my glasses. I've been looking for them for like
Oh
2 days now.
no!
So I'm
Oh
not completely blind, but this is a task and a half for me. I gotta zoom in with my whole face to see the comments. But it's okay, it's okay. Um
yeah.
Back to the questionnaire, the interview. So do you have any current projects that you're working on that you're very excited about,
So
that you're favoring?
so we have an album. Mike Vert, Lady Rice, and I have an album as Seraphim coming out. In March is when we're actually thinking it's coming out closer to. It's called Seraphim Drip, and it's
Okay.
got 10 tracks on it, and they're all bangers for real.
That's
And
awesome.
it's Christian rap, so there's no cussing, but there's still hard tracks.
That sounds way cool. Now, is there going to be a release on all platforms for this?
I believe, yeah, because I think we decided that it's going to be under the Rice Entertainment's distro kid. So yeah, I'm really stoked for that. We recorded it at Sound Peak Studios in Topeka, Kansas.
Heck
Shout out
yeah.
to Chad Coleman and
What's
our
up, Theo? Sorry I
what's up,
ain't been
dude?
in the chat a lot. It's hard for me. I've been trying to share stuff out. I can't figure out how to get this thing on the regular chat so I can be in the comments talking and
Oh, you're
liking
good.
and hearts and all that. But I love you, brother. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
You know, on the top, because we just got a comment that said Christian music is underrated. There's a lot of Christian rock bands that my dad and I used to listen to growing up that are very, very fire. And they're very mainstream too, so you wouldn't really think that they'd be considered Christian rock.
And in my opinion, one of the only reasons Christian music, period, rock, rap, whatever, is underrated is because there are so many people that are going the other way and think that that's really what's going to get them somewhere. You know what I mean?
True.
People,
Yeah,
there's people that are almost afraid to say out loud that they love God, or
yeah. I'm
which is
I'm definitely
crazy.
not a fan. Like I love the fact that I can wake up every morning and say thank you God for waking me up every morning. Like that's always a good feeling.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's a lot of different ways that you can take that aspect and put it into your music, just like when you're making motivational music or there's a specific word for it. It's at the tip of my tongue. I'm sorry. I guess I don't know it. Anyways, moving forward.
You're good. You're good.
Math, facts and math, definitely though. Um Another question for you regarding your artwork and the stuff you've got going on. Is there do you have any bigger projects going on? Any other side projects going on?
You and I have some music going on that's gonna be pretty fire. I'm pretty stoked for it. Like I've been writing. I have to get my headphones, and I ordered from. I think you pronounced it Sheen, right?
Yes.
Dude, they're like these really cool robotic looking things. They're really cool. $7. $7.
I got my iPhone, the earbuds that I use for my iPhone, because you have to have that specific piece. I got mine off of there for like less than $9.
Yeah,
So
that place is amazing. Like, and I also ordered like a mouse too, like a wireless mouse for my computer because I don't like the keypad on mine. If I have to use a computer, I'd rather use a mouse.
Heck yeah, that's way cool.
I also
That's
have a album coming out at some point this year called Gathered for God. So let's see. Oh, I'm reading. Sorry.
no, you're good. It's just Jacob in the comments, and then we got MC Mecca. Shout out to you for tapping in.
Hey,
We've
thank
got
you for being here.
Sydney
Thank you.
Tucker. Thank you for tapping in. We got some people in the comments. We've got a pretty active episode today. That's
I
it's
want you guys to showcase your new music. Anything you haven't have together, I want for you guys to play on today's episode.
well, we actually only have one song for today's episode, but since we're on the topic of that, if you'd like, we can run that.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, so we're about to play a song that G and I just released a couple days ago. It is our first song together. Um, this is a YouTube exclusive because one, it's a YouTube beat, and we did this super on the fly, and two, because I clipped Alan Watts' vocals from one of his lectures, and we're gonna get copyrighted if I release this on all platforms.
And after
Bet.
this one, because we're not all about shameless self-promotion, we're gonna do Gio's newest, most favoritist song that he wants to promote. It's just him as well.
If we have time, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's all about you, baby. We got time. We'll make time.
All
All
right.
right. So we're moving forward. Do you have anything you want to say about this song?
I'm really happy that we got to make this collaboration. You guys actually, like, every time I do a collaboration, it always brings the best out of me, lyrically and like just vocally. Like, you guys always bring the best out of me. So thank you.
Of course. I'm excited to see some of the future projects we've got going on too. But
For real.
yep. I'm about to play this. It's a featureless blanks to Acid Happy, that's me, and G.I.W. featuring Alan Watts. So
Yeah.
that's the main reason this is not gonna be on all platforms is because of the vocal stem. So here we go. We're gonna pull this up.
Now it's amazing what doesn't exist in the real world. For example, in the real world, there aren't any things, nor are there any events. That doesn't mean to say that the real world is a perfectly featureless blank. It means that it is a marvelous system of wiggles in which we descry things and events in the same way as we would project images on a Rorschach blot or pick out particular groups of stars in the sky and call them constellations as if they were separate groups of stars. Well, they're groups of stars in the mind's eye, in our system of concepts. Now, obviously, if I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to
Insecurity
say.
has risen up in my life, and if you need to flip it on the pages of this dark and evil mind, you could understand that I am living in an ill mind, but you don't want to represent these things in due time, and I can't recollect. I don't want to have to reconnect with all these old thoughts and these deities I've laid with. If you want to be the demon in my head, you don't want to understand that it don't have to make no sense. I can make it different while you use my name in vain. Yeah, you talk this shit so you can get that popularity and gain, but reap what you sow, cause I'ma tell you right now, you don't have the chance of getting like a bad bitch on the ground. I got habits, I'm acid happy while I'm getting mad. I don't give a fuck, I'm whack and I don't give a jazz, cause all these bitches wanna talk like they're on that shit, but I am
Interminable
always
chatter
on
that
top
goes
of
on
it.
inside our skulls. Because you see, most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. And I remember when I was a boy, we had a common saying, talking to yourself is the first sign of madness. Now obviously, the real world is a perfectly featureless. If I talk all the time, I don't hear hear what anyone else has to say.
They come to really come to chill with acid happy. Let the devil run away and let the demons get the back in my face pushed out of the way. Cause it's a brand new day. Used to claim my schizocycosis, now I found a new way. Feeling like I'm on acid and it's making me happy. Got them willing keep trying to put me to the specs on the map. Hanging in the metamorphosis, moldy minds for the future. The specs I had up in the past don't matter. Stacking knowledge for the future like a CPU or CPU. Jetted spaces and hateful masks all weather. This masquerades are non-chromatic, empathetic. This piece of a muddy, messy, but the for the moment might marauder the mess. Yo, like I'm on acid and it's making me happy. Got them willing keep trying to put me to the specs on the map. Hanging in the metamorphosis, moldy minds for the future. The specs I had up in the past don't matter. Stacking knowledge for the future. I'm computing like a CPU or CPU. Jetted spaces and hateful masks all weather. This masquerades are non-chromatic, empathetic. This piece of a muddy, messy, but for the moment might marauder the mess. Yeah, it's acid happy. God, I'm willing. It's acid happy. Yeah, God, I'm willing. It's acid happy. Yeah,
God, I'm willing.
yeah. Featureless blanks, y'all.
I don't hear what anyone else has to say. The real world is a perfectly featureless blank.
All right, sorry. We are back. Yes, it worked. Thank you. I had to get my phone charger and stuff, but dude, that
Yeah,
song is so fire.
yeah. It's like that is like that feature like oh my god, Matt, the way the lyrics go together and then like the way the vibe is too.
Oh, come here. Look at this pudding. She's all sniffing and stuff.
Oh,
Anyways, but yes, dude, I loved making that song. I loved. I'm not laying, dude. Shush. Shush.
The fireplace for the ambiance.
He wants me to get the fireplace in the background for the ambiance, but that's not happening right now because my phone is charging. It's not. It's not. I can't. I gotta keep it up. Anyways, moving forward. So what we're gonna do, Jacob. So what we're gonna talk about next for the interview, moving forward, is obviously that song was fucking fire. That shit was dope. But
yeah.
we gotta fucking talk about any other upcoming events like concerts, shows that you've got going on.
Albums, everything, anything.
Let's see.
'Cause
Okay,
I
so
know you've mentioned your birthday show.
yeah, this month, let's see, February the 20, okay, let's see, 22nd is the, we're having, I think we're still having the party for the release, and that's on invite. So, we're working on getting the list put together, but, the 20, I want to make sure that I get it right. The 28th, I believe we're opening for King Maine as Seraphim. That's going to be our first official performance as Seraphim. So,
Yes,
um,
I did.
and then I have, let's see, I think we're going to be doing a tour sometime this year, a little mini tour. I'm really excited about too, because I love to
That is
travel.
amazing. Make sure you let Happy Days know every step of the way. We're going to be promoting for you, but you got to
I
make sure you
got
keep us in the loop. All of it.
I got
The
you
more
guys.
you promote for you, the easier we can promote for you. Because
Sounds
we
good.
can just share that. I'm not the kind of guy. I'm sorry to take over your interview, baby. I'm not the kind of guy that does his own whole post and this and that. But if you're posting and sharing, I will
I got
absolutely repost
you.
the
Good.
living piss out of whatever you are and share it.
All right. I will make it happen.
100%. And same thing, you know me. I'll take your flyers and put them on my story, make posts about it on the Happy Days page. Absolutely.
I appreciate
Um,
it. I
but yeah, of
also
course.
also wanted to let you guys know that like every day, usually in the mornings, probably in the evenings too, I'm gonna start doing it. I go live on TikTok because I do song requests And I'm starting to like getting other artists on there to play their music as well, and subscribing to their channel so I can build a playlist of everybody's music. So I'm really excited about that.
Heck yeah, that's way cool. So yeah, if you
Yeah,
ever want us to, share that link too out for your live videos, or tell us, we'll
for
get our
sure,
TikTok followers to go check you out as well. We'll do a little
for sure.
promotional thing for you there. So if you guys are watching this and you want to check his TikToks out, you definitely should check those out. Get your music sent in and have that reviewed or whatever goes on there, music requests.
Yeah, for sure, for sure,
Um, so I do have a question
And
for
even if you're
you.
just tuning in, I'm sorry, even if you're just tuning in, share this out still. Share it
for
out.
sure.
Make sure you're following Happy Days. Make sure if you're not part of Happy Days Hangouts, that's where you can promote your own things. You don't need us to, all you need is our platform. Join Happy Days Hangouts, share your merch, anything, all that, upcoming events, all that stuff.
Absolutely. Moving forward though, we do have a question. Uh, I do have a question for you. So, if you had to choose one artist to work with, who would that be? Anybody, it could be anybody dead or alive. Who would that artist be?
Uh, let's see. There's two genres I would want to work with. Rock. I would want to work with. Man, I think that one of my biggest influences for some of my music was probably a band called Neck Deep. They're a pop
What's
punk
up,
band.
Darian?
They're one of my favorites. I got to meet them in person too. Like we got to go to Buffalo Wild Wings here in Lawrence together.
That's
Um,
awesome.
for rap, I would say one of my biggest influences would be Tech Nine because the style of rap that I do is predominantly pop. So
That's awesome. Okay, so that also answered another question, who your biggest influence was. I love
yeah,
that though. That's great. Um, when it comes to working with artists in the industry, what are some red flags you look for to avoid working with that artist?
um, let's see. So like I personally right now don't charge for features just because like it's not something I like doing. I like giving everybody an opportunity to work with me like because I love I love doing music with everybody so everyone feels important. Um but when I'd say charging a ridiculous amount would be a red flag.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people like I understand they're at a status or a level where I would be willing to do that. But like I will make it very clear when I first do features that if I don't have the money, that's kind of my policy.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand that. And for me personally, on a personal note, I don't charge for features or to make music with anybody because I do it for the community. I like to network. I like to get my name out there. I
Yeah,
like to meet people and experience things, but I'm also, up and coming and I'm trying to get my name out there as it is anyways. And I think there's a lot of other people who can relate on that aspect as
yeah,
well when it comes to uh being in your first few years in the entertainment industry, whether you're doing a podcast or you're doing music or no matter what.
very true, very true. I've been working with a lot of people, and like I have a lot of people that I still want to work with. Like I have a song with Just JP, hopefully coming out soon, called "We Are Fighters." I've been working on that one. So
That's awesome. So, um circling back to the interview, sorry, we get off topic a lot. I'm very stoned. Other people around me are very stoned, and I'm sure
me
you're
too, me
stoned,
too.
and we're all stoned. It's happy days.
Yep.
Anyways, what are some good qualities you look for in artists when it comes to working with artists and wanting to make music?
Um, just the ability to be flexible with time frames because I know life gets in the way. Like people have work, people have kids, some people have just normal health issues, mental health issues. So like just being flexible and like me personally having the conditions that I have to be flexible. And some days I just take off from work or from working on music because I just got to make sure I'm taking care of my mind and everything. So I got to make sure that like if you're not in your right headspace, kind of just take a day to decompress and just get yourself to back together and get back to 100% and start over.
Absolutely, I can definitely see that, and I feel the same way in a sense when it comes to working with other artists, being able to have that flexibility and the empathy and understanding of other people's situations at the same time, that we're all human and we all have our own lives type of deal, which that's a good quality to look for in other artists. Um
Yeah.
when it comes to the creative aspect, is there any qualities that you look for that or any preference per se that you have for artists?
Um, I don't mind like I don't limit myself to people working with people that don't only swear in their music like that. Like I like broadening that spectrum because I like every artist to be themselves. If I have to limit myself and say, "Oh, I can only work with people that don't cuss in their music," then that puts myself in a box, a creative
Do you
box.
have the
So I don't want to
background?
do that. So yeah,
That yeah, I can definitely see that. See, in a sense, I'm the same way. No, they're not mine. When it comes to stuff like that, I don't limit myself to artists either. Is there a certain genre that you prefer to work with, or are you open to working
um,
with all genres and
all
aspects of
genres.
music?
Yeah, all genres I love working with because I love to work and challenge myself lyrically with all different types of beats and different types of styles. So yeah.
That's cool. Is there
If you were to branch, I'm sorry to just keep. If you were to branch into any other style of music anytime soon, what could you see yourself branching into, or what would you like to, explore? If you were to,
Um,
you know,
so I'm trying to learn to sing better, but like I have to get my voice back to what it was, and hopefully my allergies subside. So I'm just working on getting back to 100%.
I personally love any kind of like dance music, things like that. An idea I had long, long ago, especially for anybody who does like rap, hip hop, that type of stuff, to do. And this is when they were still calling everything techno. You know what I mean? It was like dance music type stuff, whatever. But you do your hip hop version, and then you do your techno version of that song. You know what I mean? Just with like maybe a faster tempo beat and whatever, same lyrics,
Yeah,
whatever. But then you call it like your hypno. You know what I mean? Hip hop, techno, blah blah blah, whatever.
heck
yeah.
yeah. We have a comment from Darian Logan, and it says, "What's your favorite type of lyrical content?"
See, it says,
No, they
I don't
Um,
know.
don't. They don't. I guarantee they don't. I know they don't. What's
let's
your
see.
favorite type of lyrical content you like to add into your tracks?
Anything that has like if I can relate it to my life or has wholesome qualities or it just has I don't know, I'm trying to think like structure if it's structured really well. I like 'cause the way that I write rap is like it takes me less time, but I like to make sure that we're like on the same topic. So
Absolutely. I definitely understand that. I can see that. I'm the same way. I don't want to make a song where it's two completely different topics and you're talking about getting messed up and partying in one half of the song and then some serious, deep emotional stuff in the other part. You know what I mean?
right, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, is there any places that you haven't performed that you would like to perform at?
Um hmm. Honestly, any place that like I mean, lately I've been performing at bars and like smaller venues, but I would love to perform like in Kansas City, like at a big arena. Uh, even tour to big stadiums. But for now, I'm happy just getting the practice that I have because I am still trying to get myself in physical shape for doing that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm not winded by the third song like I have
Okay.
been. So
So
just taking care
Wake
of
up in the
myself.
morning and do push-ups and jumping jacks like Bruce Lee. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and just like ejaculate about how you feel about yourself and your life. You know what I mean?
in case anyone's curious, where are you located right now?
I am currently in Lawrence,
Okay.
Kansas.
Okay, okay. Heck yeah,
I
that is way cool.
I love the community of music in Kansas and like the surrounding areas are so open to expression and like people are just willing to work with each other at the drop of a hat, like anywhere that I've been. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I know that you know Sabretooth. Sabretooth is an affiliate of us, and I know
She's
she's
the
out
best girl in
there.
the world. You should make songs with her too, Gio. Lots of them.
I'm hoping to for real.
She's great.
She's definitely got some drive to her. She's out there making it happen, and
I
I
got to
like that about anybody.
I got to meet
Absolutely.
her at the Midwest meetup.
Yeah, I know. I saw those, the pictures and the videos that were taken. That was awesome. We actually
Yeah,
did
she's
share those
really
to the
cool.
Happy Days page if you guys want to check those out.
Mhm. She's really
Um,
cool. Cool.
So you guys will probably see her on the show sometime. Moving
Sorry.
forward though, do you have any advice for anybody, any future artists or entrepreneurs or upcoming people in the industry that you have? Any advice?
Yeah, definitely. I've learned like I've been doing this for this year on my birthday. It'll be 19 years. So, writing music, performing for 3.5 or so. I would just say never get too discouraged. When people give you critique or advice on your music, don't take offense to it. Take what you can and grow from it. I know personally myself, I've learned I used to get pretty angry about things like that. And now it's like, if you don't take critique, you don't grow. You don't grow and you don't learn. So,
A good thing about that to remember too, Gio, is sometimes people are just really in a bad mood and wanting to be negative. So if you can take something, like that, where there, and just take whatever good out of it you can, and use it for something good, that really is all to the good. And you got to remember that some people really are just out there to troll or to make somebody else's day just as bad as theirs has been. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But I like to make sure that like everything that I say, I comes from a good spot, and I like to spread positivity and make sure that everyone that I talk to has
Right,
a great day.
right.
For sure.
Yeah, just remembering that everybody else isn't going to be on that same wave is another important aspect to it, is what I'm saying,
True,
brother.
true, true.
Absolutely. When it comes to the music, is there any advice you have any advice you have for any of the musicians out there?
Yeah, I would say don't worry about cranking out mass volumes of music right away. Like take time and put like I personally do too much like I try to put too much out because I get excited, but then I realize my friends have
Well,
told me like take your time
I
with it
feel
and do
I
that.
am. I'm sorry to keep interrupting. I feel something
Yeah.
very important in putting out your putting out not necessarily just a visualizer, but a video
Mhm.
if you can to damn near every song, because a lot of people are
That's
more
true.
visual learners, and that's just how they soak in things, and that's what's really gonna bring you in fans and keep. You can put something out, and then later on, once you're able to put out the music video, so it's
That's
almost
very
like you get
true.
to release everything twice, even,
That's
which is
very
a good
true.
thing.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely 1,000,000% believe in, even if you can't afford to do a music video for everyone, do some kind of visualizer where it's,
You.
it's still
Yeah.
a music video. It might not be you, on camera, but it's something that represents the song that's, blah blah blah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. I
Yes.
got you. Mhm.
This is Happy Days Entertainment, so we got two questions left, and I apologize if this is offensive to anybody watching, but do you smoke marijuana?
I do, yes. I do, but eventually I will be giving it up. But for
Push.
now, I'm happy doing what I do for it. So
Okay. Second question before we get to the wrapping it up part of the show. Blunts or bongs? What is your preference?
You gotta no, you can't just say blunts or bongs. There's so many.
No, it's blunts or
No,
bongs. You have
blunts,
to
bongs,
choose.
joints,
You have to.
bowls.
You have to choose.
How do you prefer to smoke?
I honestly do. I could do a blunt, probably better than a bong. My lungs are already pretty much messed up from asthma as a kid. Like I tuberculosis. I had not tuberculosis. Sorry. Um, what is it called? Man, it's a infection in the lungs, but like it really got me sick as a kid. I got an infection and I had a hole in one of my lungs, so I had to get that patched. But it causes some breathing issues, and obviously smoking doesn't help. So I'm trying to cut back and eventually stop doing it. So
Yeah, that's completely understandable. Absolutely. I can totally understand that. Would you ever consider taking edibles?
I
We didn't
would,
hear
yeah.
this other song either. I would like to hear one more
We
song.
don't have a speaker here. We can't play
He
anything
can't
right
play
now.
one. You couldn't play your other song either when you played it.
No, I could.
What?
I mean, if he has a speaker, he's absolutely allowed to.
Gio, play another song from you, brother, please.
I
I want to.
don't.
We're on. We're having a. This show is about you. Play some. If you can play your newest tracks, play them.
I'm trying to think if
This,
we have
you
a
know what I mean.
speaker.
This
I'm
isn't
trying to think if we
shameless
have a.
self promotion because this is your interview. You hear me, brother?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't think we have a portable. I don't think we have a portable speaker right now. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
JJ's got one. He's got a
We'd have to
Bluetooth.
have him send you a message with the link
Oh
and
my
then
God!
pull it
Never
up.
mind. I'm sorry, Gio. I
All
love you,
right.
brother, and I know you do a lot of work with Heaven, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, well,
I
we're almost an hour. Like, we're almost to the end of the episode, anyways.
that's
Mhm.
dope. All right, since we're almost to the end, promote all your upcoming shit. Right now's your time. Any shout outs, all that stuff. Get it in,
Uh,
baby.
I want to shout out Mike Vert and Lady Rice, Rice Entertainment, Dre Logic, and every artist that I have worked with, including the Happy Days team. Like, thank you guys for having me. I want to shout out Sound Peak Studios, Chad Coleman. Um, let's see. I think my family, my friends, everybody that has supported me and still continues to support me. So thank you guys so much.
Of course. And
We love you, Gio. Thank you for being on the show.
thank you,
Of
thank
course, love you
you.
guys too.
I want to give a shout out to Jordan Smith, MC Mecca for tapping in, Sydney Tucker, Jacob, and Darian Logan,
Hmm.
Kieran, everybody who tapped in today and showed some love. Thank you so much for participating. If you want an interview, go check out the Happy Days Productions page, fill out an application, send it to our email, and we'll get you in scheduled in for February or the month after. So
Hmm.
get an episode in or get some free promotion with us. You could be part of our commercial. There's so many different networking opportunities with the Happy Days team and crew. We have tons of artists affiliated with us if you want to make music with other people and are looking to collaborate. So many opportunities. So you guys don't want to miss out on any of the amazing things that we have coming up and that you can be part of today. And with that being said, is there anything else you'd like to say, Gio, before we take us ourselves off screen?
Just that I am thankful for you guys, and thank you for everybody that supports me and helps me just with everything that I do musically. And I am always open for collaboration, so do not be afraid to reach out. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It's been fun.
Yes. So that being said, I hope everybody has a blessed night, and don't forget to participate and engage with the Happy Days content so that we can get all of the promo and all of the cool ass interviews with these awesome artists out there. So, yeah,
There
with
we go.
that being said, peace.
Peace.
People just love to hate. So don't even worry about that. Just keep pushing and keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah, so you guys know
You're watching
that's what we're doing.
the Bobby and Chaz show.
So I fell asleep in a hotel parking lot, and then I woke up in a fucking Walmart parking lot 2 hours away. You know how scary that shit was?
I cannot sleep. I'm sitting there.
Who's doing that new challenge that everybody's copying from the Midnight Yami video?
Yeah, he's doing the glizzy challenge.
The Glizzy challenge. Yeah, there we go. The Glizzy challenge.
You done some JCW before? How many of them have you done?
I did one JCW event that was the most
Thank you for tuning
show
in
I've ever
to the Bobby and Chaz
I
show.
like this one.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is one of the ones I've performed off of this album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people love it. So glad I dropped it.
So, and you drew.
To do the cream of corn competition?
Yeah, so everyone's invited, but it's gonna be at the gathering. We do want to kind of branch out, maybe try to bring it to like little bars here and there, like maybe bring it to Sitchco's eventually. But yeah, we're doing like an event. So that's kind of where this idea came from. We're like, what if we got a bunch of people on our show and started asking them to be like part of our cream corn wrestling event? And so yeah, that's how we kind of started the show. But tonight,
listen, if you guys are gonna get like a swimming pool or something like that and put cream of corn in it, I'll perform next to it, but I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, so
that's literally what we were talking about. We were trying to get like put on a show, have everybody that's been on the show. Let's do a concert.